Hello friend, welcome to my YouTube channel DevOps with Anil. Today's topic is Amazon EKS. So what is the today's problem statement? We are going to install or run a cluster in AWS using EKSCTL command. Okay, so for that there are few prerequisites. First thing is you need a AWS account. Definitely you need it, and with the administrator access or minimum access to create a EKS cluster. But this is for now. I am having a AWS administrator access for my personal account. You can create it by your own. That's the requirement is that minimum you have one debit card or credit card, so that and it will give you the 1 year free subscriptions for limited amount of users. So you don't need to pay. But EKS is a chargeable, so you need to pay a little bit whatever the time of it is running on cluster. So for learning on Kubernetes on AWS, EKS is the best platform to use it. Second, basic knowledge of kubectl CLI commands. Basic knowledge, no need to be have advanced knowledge of CLI commands, but only basic knowledge of is enough for that. Okay, so let's get it started. Hands on. I am already logged in my account. I'm in AP South 1 Mumbai region. So let me launch an instance. For launching instance, we are going to put name anything here, EKSCTL. I'm just naming that my instance name. Amazon Linux is fine. I'm going to with the default one, no problem with that. Here all the things default. I'm not going to change it because this machine is not going to be used in the running of EKS slave machine. So this is for just for interacting with the EKSCTL command via EKSCTL command to EKS cluster. Keep here, I need it. I already generated a EKS keep here, but if you want, you can create a new, put any name. And I did PPK because I need to access via putty. So I will access the our instance, whatever launch instance I'm doing it I can access via putty. Okay, creating a security group. Although I have a lot of security group, but I need only SSH. Nothing I required it for this machine, and others it will auto generated by EKSCTL. So I'm not worrying about that. Only SSH is required for now. Storage, I'm keeping it 30. It is 30 is eligible for free tier. So for month average of 30 GB if you are using it, you are under free tier options. Okay. Okay. So now launch instance. And now we need to uh, attach a role, because right now I have launch instance, but in this instance we don't have assign a role, so that it doesn't have any permission to run EKS cluster. So in AWS, when you want EC to interact with any other service, then you need to attach with the access of that role, attach a role. So let me perform the task. So again, I'm going to previous tab. Here I need to search role. I already have role, I already created it, but you can create your own. Nothing fancy you need to do, or let me create it for you again. How to create role. So create role, click on the role, and AWS services, we need to choose EC2. So it is coming, and then next, and then administrator access, and nothing. I'm giving you administrator access, but the recommended way is you can give minimal access to any service or role or anything, anyone. If you want to provide anything, should be minimal, not administrator access. But for now, I'm providing administrator access. Next, role name, um, EKS EKS role name I'm going to provide only, and nothing else. Administrator access, then create role. Role is EKS. So EKS, the one latest one I have created it, and administrator access. Now I need to attach this role on this machine. So how we can do that? We can click on the action. First select this machine, click on the action, and then connect. Oh, sorry, go back. Click on the action, then security, and then modify IAM role. Here we need to choose IAM role. We have created a EKS, then we need to select the EKS, update the role. Once it is updated, so this is the role is attached. Now machine is my also ready, so we can connect this machine. How to connect it? We are going to use putty for that. So let me use putty. Public IP, we need to copy it, paste it in SSH. The key which I have downloaded, EKSPP key, and that's it. We need to just click open, accept it, and here the user will be EC2 hyphen user. Let me increase the font. 16 is enough, hopefully. Okay, so first yum update. Oh, we need sudo su yum update. Anything update is required, it should be done. So no dependency update is everything clear. Now first we need to check AWS CLI is configured or not. As at the time of instance creation, I have select Amazon Linux. By default, AWS CLI is installed in this machine, Amazon Linux AMI. So we can check that via putting AWS, press enter. So it is saying that AWS is, the command is wrong, means it is not yet completed, but we can see that AWS is installed, or we can see like this -- version. So it is showing that it is version is installed. Now second thing is that we need EKSCTL to install on this machine. For that we need to go on the documentation. I already have open it. Installation one is the previous one. It should be this one is the installation one. So EKSCTL is available for official Linux official release as EKSCTL is available to install for official release as described below. We recommended that you can install EKSCTL from official GitHub release. So we can check on GitHub release as well if you want, but here is also the way to download it. Here something it is for Arch machine. I can copy this command as well as run it, and I already have created it. So I'm going to use those commands. You can check this documentation or you can just follow my command as well. So let me directly type it. I will add these commands in my description. You can check on that as well. So this is the command where I am just downloading this binary into /temp folder. Okay. So it is downloaded. Let me show you. /temp. This one is the binary which is downloaded now. Okay. EKSCTL. Now we need to move this into the executable directory, which is user local bin. So mv /temp /EKSCTL user local bin. Okay. Now we can execute EKSCTL -version. -v. Sorry. EKSCTL version. Yes, EKSCTL version is the command. Okay, so it is installed now. Now we can follow the documentation as well. Let me click on the dry run. Cluster creation, creating cluster. So when we write it EKSCTL create cluster, it will create a cluster, but it will require few more details. It will ask at the runtime it will ask what is the reason you want to create, what is the cluster name you want to provide, basically zone, reason, everything in detail you need to pass it. So by reading these, I have CLI commands handy with me, so I am going to follow that one and explain that one directly into the terminal. So here is the command EKSCTL create cluster --name dev. Dev, what is the dev is that? Dev is basically my cluster name. Right now if I show you in EKS here, nothing, it should be nothing inside in EKS clusters in region of Mumbai. So here nothing is present in the Mumbai region. Okay, so I'm going to create on here only. So the command is, first is the name, then region is AP South 1. So here AP South 1 is the region, and now node group name is basically the compute power you are going to provide of EKS cluster. So I am going to standard worker. Basically it will be created standard workers for that, and node type will be what machine we are going to launch in this group. So T2 medium, T3 medium, sorry. And nodes, all the time I am expecting that nodes should be run 2. Nodes minimum, anything happen, one should be always running, minimum 1, but desire is 2. Any problem is coming and all, so it should be minimum should be 1, not less than that. And 2 is a desire one, so that any new resource is going to create it on Kubernetes, it should be able to serve that, but minimum should be 1 and maximum 4. So how much it will scale it horizontally? It 4. If we have a load, increasing the load, it will automatically created a 4 machine for us. and it is managed by AWS team. Basically, means master node managed by EKS is having a master slave node, master slave architecture, but in that master is managed by AWS team. They are providing all the support, all the everything of the master node, and they are managing. We are not going to interact with master node anyhow, any chance. But slave machine managed by EKS master control plane node. So we are not interacting as per the load. It is managed by them. So let me press enter. It is now what internally it will do. It will create a cloud formation script for us. EKSCTL will create a cloud formation script for us, and which will create new VPC, new everything new means VPC and all setup. It is done by that. Is the EKSCTL. Okay. So let me quickly show you, because it will take time around 10 to 15 minute. Expectation is that. So I'm not going to wait that, but I will show you that what till now it is created, and after that I will show you what are the clusters and all going to create it. So right now the subnet they have created is like this one. These are the public subnets and these are the private one. Okay, so let me show you in the AWS as well. Open VPC. There are two VPC now, so we can see that this one just it is created by EKSCTL. If I able to show you cider block and all, and subnet, if I show you the subnets, these are the subnets. So the private one, let me check one of the public one, and let us check the cider IP. So 192.168.0.0/19. So we can match that. This one is the first one, public IP, public subnet. So this is showing that it is created by them, created by EKSCTL cloud formation script. If you want to check cloud formation script, I can show you. So this script is running, and the resources, what are the resources it is going to create it till now? These are the completed one. All the thing VPC it is completed, VPC attachment, VPC subnet. These resources it already created and completed. Service role. So role and all basically it is going to create by that only script EKSCTL. NAT gateway is also created. Elastic IP is also as created by that and attached to the NAT gateway. So yeah, security group is created. Now EKS cluster is creating. So let me show you on here as well. If I refresh this page, it is showing creating. So this cluster is going to create. Now I'm going to pause here and wait for to complete this. I'll come back after the 10 minutes. Okay, now it is installed. Okay, so let me show you what are the things it is saying that it is waiting for that CloudFormation to complete, and the recommended policy were found vpc-cni added, but since OIDC is disabled on the cluster, EKSCTL cannot configure the required permission. So we need to enable that. For this cluster we need to enable OIDC. First thing we need to do that one step, and what is the next step? It is saying that KUBECTL not found in this in this machine. KUBECTL is not yet installed, so we need to install that one to access our cluster from this terminal. Okay, also it is Kubernetes config file, it is saved on this location, so we can see that as well. But first thing first, we need to check what are the things it created by CloudFormation. So let me again go to the console. This is the CloudFormation script. We need to refresh this, and EKS cluster, EKS security group, everything we are seeing over here, it is created by this CloudFormation. Okay, so either we can click each and every one or to go, or just I will show you from here. So from here, let me EKS console, EKS cluster, I open it. So this one basically cluster is created. Now the thing is that what are the resources by default created? Nothing created pod and all basically in the default namespace, so it is not showing over here. And cluster node namespaces, so no namespaces because master nodes and all are managed by them, so it is not showing over here in the console. In here it is node group. There are two node groups added, means one node group, but desire size is 2. So once I refresh it, let us check on EC2 side. Okay, so these two machines, basically the two are running. Worker node, it is created by EKS, and it is T3 medium. If you remember the command, T3 medium is running. Okay, so these two machines attached by EKS CloudFormation script, which is run using EKSCTL. Okay, so now let's enable the OIDC. How to enable it? There is another EKSCTL command which enable that. Let me clear this and paste it. So what is the command? EKSCTL utils associate-iam-oidc-provider. Reason, I'm providing the reason, I'm providing the cluster name, and then approve. It will enable it OIDC provider. it is enabled now. Because of that, vpc-cni is add-on is not updated, so we need to update it and create it. If I show you on UI, what does that mean? In add-ons, it is actually now it's already updated. So let me execute the command. No new version provided, updating add-on. It will not take much time. Now the next thing is we need to install EKS kubectl. For that, I already opened the documentation for kubectl. Install kubectl on Linux. So download the latest binary of command. I am going to use that. Okay. So let me copy it and hopefully, oh, not yet completed. Yeah, it's done. Clear. ls here, nothing is present. So let me paste that. I will share these commands with you on the description box as well as the installation link. So this will download the binaries for me. This one is binary. Now for this, I need to download the checksum as well. This binary is done. Validate binary optional. So this, it should be checksum. Then ls-l here. The second file is this. This is a checksum. Now I need to verify that checksum binary and checksum if it is okay or not. It is saying kubectl okay. Now the last thing is that we need to install basically the kubectl binary which I have downloaded it. I need to move into the this directory so that it can be executable and provided anytime whenever it required. Okay, now I can use this command to check that if it is installed properly or not. Yeah, it is working. Okay, clear. Now kubectl get nodes. So as I mentioned you that all the config is already installed. Kubernetes config is already installed by EKSCTL and stored in the ls-ltr/root.kube config. This is the file. This is the file, and we need to cat it for see all the configuration. Reading this, you can see the API cluster and certificate and all the things whatever required to connect that cluster EKS cluster via command line. It is showing over here. Okay, so now clear that. Let us test and create something on the for now kubectl. If I put kubectl get all, it is showing only service on default cluster. If I say on all the namespaces, it is showing that all this, but we are not able to see these things in the UI because these are the master node things which is running and managing by Kubernetes AWS itself. So we are not going to interact or change anything over here. We can create namespace. We can use our own namespace that can be done. But right now we are going to use default one kubectl get namespace. So these are the namespaces. So by default we are in a default one. If you want to change namespace, you can change it by using config command kubectl config or current get context. You can change it. But right now I'm not worried about that. Let me create a one NGINX pod for that. kubectl create deploy NGINX. NGINX is the deployment name, and image I'm going to use NGINX. So it will create a deployment. So if I show you kubectl get all, so deployment, what it will do, it will create a first deployment and as well as replica set with the name of NGINX and alphanumeric number of 8 digit, and then the replica set is responsible to create a pod. So it should be running now. Yeah, it is running now. Okay, but it is running. How we can access that URL? How we know that this is going to be running or not from browser? Because NGINX we can run from access from browser as well. So providing an access of from browser, we need to create a service. Okay, for service, and the type should be load balancer. And when we pass the load balancer type, what will happen? It will create a load balancer in AWS console. If I show you here EC2 instance and load balancer section, right now nothing is present. But when I create a service using a load balancer type, it will give me access of that load. Means create a load balancer for me. Means EKS is responsible to manage resources of AWS as well. It is manage the resources inside of Kubernetes cluster as well as it will manage AWS resources as well. Okay, so let me quickly create that one as well. I'm using CLI commands directly. I'm not going to give you the YAMLs one, but you can generate YAML as well if you want. Expose deploy nginx ---- port equals to 80 and ---- equals to type equal to load balancer. Okay, kubectl get svc. It is going to show a service. So this one is the previous default one, and this one is the one which is nginx one. It just we have created the name of nginx, and then load balancer we are passing the type. So it will be creating a load balancer. If I can show you in here, if I refresh this, so the DNS of this load balancer, it is the same as the one which we have seeing over here. If I copy this, this, and Control F V, so we are able to see this match is exactly match. Okay, once this is provision, Although it is a classic type, make sure it is a classic type. It is not application load balancer, it is not network load balancer, it is a classic type. For application and network load balancer, you need to do some extra changes, but for the that is out of scope for today's topic. But yeah, this is going to, we can access it from here. It should be, means everything, target and all, everything set by that AWS. You don't need to configure any target group or anything. Network, security, health check, target instance in service, so it is service, and this is, yeah, voila, it is connected. So today I'm concluding this video for now. Thank you for watching. If you like it, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this.